Have you ever looked at a glass of water with ice in it? If you have, you will notice that the ice floats in the water. Other solids will sink when placed into their liquid form. So why is water different? What makes water different, and why is it so special? One factor that makes this special property of water so important is that without it, lakes and rivers would freeze solid from the bottom up every winter, killing any fish within them. Water molecules consist of an atom of oxygen covalently bonded with two atoms of hydrogen. What are the consequences of oxygen's 8 protons to hydrogen's is that the electrons are more tightly bound to the oxygen than the hydrogen. The result is that the oxygen has a slight negative charge and the hydrogen has a slight positive charge. Hydrogen bonds occur in water when the slight negative charge of the oxygen is attracted to the slight positive charge of the hydrogen in another molecule. This hydrogen bonding bunch of water molecules together in a way that actually makes for a heavier combination. This heavier combination has the effect of increasing water's boiling point, allowing it to be a liquid at room temperature. Without hydrogen bonding, water would not be the substance we know it to be. In liquid water, the hydrogen bonds pull the molecules close together because they cannot form any structure. As a result, they are packed denser than they otherwise would hold. But the bonds are too weak to keep the molecules from slipping around, keeping the water in the liquid state in temperature ranges between 0 and 100 degrees centigrade. When the temperature gets too hot, these bonds start to break. When they get too cold, they tend to form stronger, more organized bonds. As the water freezes, the hydrogen bonds become more stable. The water molecules actually move further apart, forming roughly hexagonal shapes. As a result, ice is less dense than liquid water, which is the key to why ice floats. Ultimately, the reason why ice floats in water is because as it freezes, it becomes less dense than liquid water. This is because the hydrogen bonds give it a crystalline structure, making it less dense than in its liquid state. The reason anything floats is because it is less dense than the liquid that it is in. For example, boats float because most of the volume is air, which is a lot less dense than water. In conclusion, at first glance, ice floating on water sounds a little strange. After all, the solid forms of other liquids that we are familiar with sink into their liquids. Water is different because of the hydrogen bonds. The tendency for ice to float is important for life because it prevents rivers and lakes from freezing from the bottom up. It is also one reason why trying to imagine life based on something other than water is nothing but a fantasy. If you like this content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, please help support this channel. See the description for details.